Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a form using the form builder. So for us to do this, we go ahead and proceed to navigate to the store management section. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we go ahead and select settings. In the settings page, we select forms. So here you can see the list of forms that we've created. So currently we have only one form there. So for us to create a new form, we click on the create new form button. So let's go ahead and click on the create new form button in order for us to create a new form. So in the form creation page, we go ahead and add the name of the form. So for this example, we are creating a video called booking form. So we add the name. For the record responses, we select yes. So what this does is it allows us to save the form submission data. So we go ahead and select yes. So for this setting, once a user submits a form, the form data will be saved in the store database. So that's what this setting is for. So the next setting, if we enable it, if we select yes, so it means that this form will be visible to guest users. So, but if we choose no, only registered customers will be able to fill this form. So in this example, we go ahead and select yes. So in this section, the form has already been allocated to the default store. So here under the customer group, if we have more than one customer group, we'll need to tick it so that the users within that customer group will be able to fill this form. So in this other section, we can enable the header and footer menu. So what this does is it adds a menu to the storefront that will link to this form. So let's go ahead and select it. All right. So once we do that, we go ahead and enable the status, and then we click on the continue button. So in this section, the language section, we are going to add the language text for the form. So for the heading, we will proceed to put the heading as book video call. So for the description, I've already written it down. So I go ahead and copy it and then paste it. So this is the description. So we can make some adjustments to it. All right. So once we have put the description, this, whatever we put in here will show in the form page. So we go ahead and add the meta tag title. So this is for search engine optimization. So we put the title as book video call. So we leave the meta tag description and keyword as it is optional. For the submit button text, we put it as we enter submit. So once we do that, we click on the continue button. So in the form field section, this is where we are going to add the fields that will be available in the form. So for us to do that, I've already written it down. You can see I've written down the fields. We have about 5 fields we are going to create. So for the first one, we are going to create the name field. So we click on the add field button. So we enter the field name as name. We enter the field placeholder. All right. We enter the field error message. So this is what will show if user fails to put in any data in the field. All right. So we go ahead for the field type, we select text. We leave the required as yes. All right. So we minimize it after filling it. And then we'll now proceed to create the next field. All right. So for the next field, we are entering the email address. All right. So we add the placeholder. We enter the error message. All right. So for the field type, we go ahead after we have entered all this other information. We will now adjust the column. So what we do now for the field type, we select email. All right. So we leave the required option and then we go ahead and create the third field. So this is for the phone number. So we enter the field name, add the field placeholder, add error message for the field. And then for the field type, we select phone number. All right. So we leave the required option and then we minimize it. So for the fourth field, we enter date. So this is mainly the field where the customer will choose the date and time for the video call. All right. So for the placeholder, we enter it. All right. We enter the error message. Sorry, we choose the field type and then we put it as date and time. So we minimize it. For the fifth field, so we enter the name as comment. All right, we enter the placeholder. So we enter the error message. So for this, the field type, we select text area. So we set the required as no. So now we have filled the field type. So we click on the continue button. So remember that we can also enable capture for the field if we have capture set up for the store. So let's proceed. So in the notification section here, we are going to set the notification emails that will be sent to the admin, user, and the customer when the customer fills the form. So we are going to now proceed to set up the admin email settings now. So we enable the status as selecting yes. Add the admin email. So here you add your business email. This will be the email that the notification message will be sent to when a customer fills the form. So after setting this email, in the next section below, we are going to now set the message that will be sent to the admin. So I've already written it down here. I'll copy it and paste the subject. And then I copy the message and paste it. All right. So take note of the short codes. So you can add these short codes to your email template. Currently, we added the form data short code. So what this does is once the email is sent, this short code we've added will display the details that have been filled by the customer. So you can add other short codes if you want in your email template. So let's proceed. For the customer email notification, go ahead and enable the status. We copy the message. So we paste the subject. And then we also copy the message itself and paste it. So note that you need to create your own messages that you add here. So this is just for this demo. So after we have filled in and set up the messages here, we go ahead and then the next thing we do, is we go ahead and click on the continue button. So this is basically what we have to do here. All right, so in the success page section, here we are going to add the content that will show in this form submission successful page. So what we put here is what the customer will see after they have filled and submitted the form. So I've already written down the content I'll put here. So I go ahead and copy it for the heading. All right. And then for the description, we paste it. So you can also add the subheading if you want. So this is what we are going to add for the successful page. So we can go back to the previous sections if we want to make further adjustments to the form. So after filling in everything, and we are sure that we've set up completely, we click on the save button. All right, so now you see that the new form has been added. So the next thing we have to do is we can proceed to view it in the storefront by clicking the view button. So this is the form. This is how it will look in the storefront end. So your customers can proceed to fill it. You see all the contents that we entered. So we go ahead for this example, we go ahead and fill the form. So for us to do that now, we go ahead and enter the name. All right. So we enter the email. All right. So we enter the phone number. So we choose a date for the video call. So we choose the date and then we proceed to choose the time. So let's say we choose 3 p.m. So that should be 15. All right. So for the comments, we enter a test message. And then after filling the form, we click on the submit button. All right. So you can see this is the successful page and you can see the content that we entered for the successful page. So now that we have filled the form, for us to be able to access the form, note that the admin user will get an email notification and the customer will also get an email notification. So for us to access the data that was filled in by the customer, we go ahead and then navigate to the store management section and select settings. In the settings page, we select forms. So here, we'll now proceed to click on the report button. So this is where the form submission data will be stored. So currently, as the customers fill in the form, it will show there. So we can go back and edit the form if we want to make any changes to the form. So, but currently we'll just leave it as it is. So in this video, I've shown you how to create a form using the form builder. Thank you for watching.